another big news is LeVar Johnson. You know, LeVar Johnson from UFC 157, last UFC. He failed the drug test.
Yep.
Huh?
Yep, for anabolic steroids. And two other, and then your boy Bruce Leroy got busted for weed, and then some other little Asian dude got busted for what it appeared to be is like stimulants. Because I saw ephedra in there and another long ass fucking 37-syllable word I couldn't make out. It looked like it was another a thing to help basically cut weight.
Right. So, I mean, that doesn't look too good for LeVar Johnson because,
now,
I mean...
let me ask you this, Kevin. You and I, on our last show, just wanted people out there to go do their own thing. And then we said that we were hating on GSP because we think he's on steroids. Right. And what I'm trying to say is I'm not hating on anyone in the UFC because obviously they have a very open door policy about how to and how not to use drugs. But I just don't see how you can, after doing research and looking at what gynecomastia looks like on a male, and look at him and I'm saying when he first came to the ring and he takes off his gi and takes off his shirt, and
that's the first thing I said to you. Huh? I mean, you didn't even. I don't think you even mentioned it at first. I looked at you and said, "Look, he's got a little bit of bitch tits going on."
Slightly. I mean, he's very soft and puffy around his nipples. For anyone who really wants a good idea of what it looks like, go look at Rashad Evans when he was fighting at 205. Go look at Rashad Evans when he was fighting at 205 when he's bouncing up and down doing his ring entrance, and you can see the tissue forming around the nipple. Now, I'm not hating on GSP. Dude, he's still a phenomenal athlete, even though he's more than likely using steroids. But I mean, who in the UFC is not right now?
Right. I mean, people are going to use it. People are going to do what they can. And when people say, "Oh, he denies it," I'm like, we know he's going to deny it. You're not going to sit back and go, "You know what? Actually, you got me there. Yeah, I got a little bit of shit. My shit's a little puffy right now. I've been taking some, some fast acting tests." And you're not going to fess up to it.
And here's the other thing. Don't think that these drug tests are so great because Lance Armstrong beat every doping drug test, and the man participated in the Olympics and beat those drug tests.
Oh yeah, man.
Don't get shit twisted.
Yeah, when you're talking growth hormone, literally you have to take a generous amount of growth hormone and right away go get your blood tested.
We're not hating on anyone using drugs. That's fine. Yeah. Just don't get caught, but don't deny the obvious signs when somebody's got, a mass around the nipple.
And it's not just GSP. I mean, people think we're GSP is just a GSP. The thing is, everybody, you got to understand this. When you are the man, whether it be Chael Sonnen or GSP, when you are in the media and you're in the limelight, more than likely, the more popular, the more famous, the better you get, the more people are going to start to point things out. That's just how it works in the world. If you're a nobody, nobody's going to give a fuck if you're taking tests or if you're on growth hormone because nobody's really paying attention to you. But the more popular you get in life and the more you become a celebrity, you get to that celebrity status, people are going to start calling you out on shit. That's the way it fucking works.
That's why George will take the money, Kevin can have the fame.
Yeah, no, I don't want
Sounds
that.
Good to me.
Now, Johny Hendricks is saying my hand is not broke and I am ready for GSP come August.
Oh, this just in. GSP can't fight till 2017. He's got a hangnail. Seriously, shit's deep, dog. It's like gonna need a stitch.
Johny Hendricks has straight out said, my hand is fine. I'm pretty sure it's not broke. I don't know why he wouldn't have had it x-rayed by now, but he said, I'm pretty sure it's fine. It's not broke, and I am ready to meet GSP from Canada.
And they're talking about that fight's going to take place in Vegas, which will be awesome.
Now, this is funny because now you've got Anderson Silva. You look at all these super fights. Now, there's a lot of things that all of a sudden Dana White's saying, we're going to have a super fight before the year ends. And you know what? I'd love to see a super fight, George. I'm sure you'd love to see a super fight. I'm sure everybody loved to see a super fight. That shit's a fucking tongue twister, man. But it's funny because now GSP has to get past Johny Hendricks. Anderson Silva.
No, that fight. No. That fight hasn't been made yet, so it's pure speculation. Because let me tell you right now, if it's put on the table where Dana White gets to choose GSP fighting Anderson Silva in Texas Stadium or in New York, or fighting Johny Hendricks, trust me, Dana White doesn't give a two fucking shits about Johny Hendricks and what Johny Hendricks wants. He's already been passed over once. Don't think he won't get passed over again, because this is strictly going to be about money.
Well, and then it's also this. Now you got Anderson Silva versus Chris Weidman. And now Chris Weidman's basically came up to Dana White and said, look, I don't know what to tell you, Dana, but I'm going to fuck your super fights up. Meaning that basically he's going to defeat Anderson Silva, so it won't be relevant for him to fight Jon Jones or for him to fight GSP, because Chris Weidman says he's going to just come out there and beat him. Now, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't.
It's kind of funny. It's kind of to take a thought on that, because Chris Weidman, I'm going to tell you guys, I'll come right out on a limb and tell you how I look at it. There's a lot of people, even when I interviewed the Yamasaki brothers, they were like, this guy has more potential than anybody in the UFC right now. At least that's what they said. And there's a lot of people that agree with them. But the one thing I got to look at is that if you take away the Mark Munoz victory, I mean, are you that impressed with everybody else he's beat? I mean, he's undefeated, so you can't say that, I mean, he's undefeated, but it's like, I still think in most cases when you're talking about fighting Anderson Silva, you probably want to see this guy beat two other good, credible middleweights, don't you think?
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. And the thing is, I'm pretty sure the Mark Munoz fight was when he was coming off a long layoff. He hadn't fought in a while, and he's coming off an injury. And speaking of that, I don't know if that dude's ever going to fight again. I think he's on schedule to fight in Malaysia or over that way. But back to Chris Weidman, everyone poses a threat when they step in the ring, but I have to watch the fight. Like we saw how good Anderson was in the second time around going against Chael, completely healthy, about getting up off the ground on the takedowns. So I'm assuming Chris Weidman could want to take him down, because honestly, the only person I think who would have the confidence to try to stand and trade punches with Anderson Silva would be Jon Jones, and that's because he's probably got a longer reach than Anderson Silva, so he would use it to his advantage. But
Jon Jones uses legs and elbows and all that stuff. I don't know, when you're talking about trading punches, like Anderson Silva with his hands, let's just talk hands, his hand speed and accuracy, there's a really, I don't know who else you compare him up with.
I don't think there's anyone in the UFC who's as accurate or as quick with their hands as that cat. So I don't think Weidman wants to stand and trade or even strikes, like including feet. Like I don't think Weidman wants to stand and trade strikes with him. So he's going to have to try to take him down and bully him. Is he big enough and strong enough? Probably, but I mean, can he do it for 25 minutes?
Yeah, and the thing is how good is his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Is he going to be good enough on the ground to avoid submissions?
Yeah, and when he get up, is he going to take a swing? I mean, he's obviously got power, but you know what? Once he takes that swing and creates that opening, Anderson Silva's one of your best counterpunchers out there. He's waiting for you to create that opening so he can tag you. So, anyway, let us know your thoughts on all the stuff we discuss, and we will see you guys next time. Deuces! Comical, brash, and sometimes politically incorrect. The UnCut Sports Show. Non-traditional sports coverage delivered the way you like it by your uncensored co-hosts, Kevin White and George Bedford.